Behind Shifu, the Serpent King emanated a fierce, menacing aura from his brows and spoke with a calm, yet mocking tone. Ha ha ha, Qin Tian, even though you are a peak Do D, the strongest among your companions is only at the peak of the 8-star Do D level. You should know better than anyone the vast gap between a 9-star Do D and an 8-star Do D. By fighting us, you're merely leading them to their deaths. It was clear that with 8 of the 9 leaders of the Medusa clan gathered, plus Shifu, who was as powerful as a half-step Do Xian, their chances of victory were considerable. That's precisely because I understand the gap that I am confident in using the word fight, Qin Tian retorted, unshaken. And don't bother trying to provoke me. As the commander of the Dragon-Devourer Legion, I wouldn't be here if I weren't sure we could leave your Medusa clan in one piece. Otherwise, my title of a movable King Ming would be a joke, wouldn't it? Qin Tian faced the Medusa clan's elite without a hint of fear. As expected from someone called the immovable King Ming, Shifu said coldly. But how exactly do you plan to escape now? Ha ha ha. Qin Tian laughed, meeting Shifu's arrogance with his own. Shifu, you must be losing your wits in your old age. Do you think the fearsome reputation of the Dragon-Devourer Legion is undeserved? Even if you were a true Do Xian, I wouldn't fear you. As he spoke, the 5 black and white orbs of life and death around him gradually stopped spinning and floated quietly by his side. The Dragon-Devourer Legion. Could it be? Shifu's eyes widened in realization. Form the array. Dragon-Devourer Array. Qin Tian shouted, and a terrifying surge of energy erupted once more. Understood. Qingmu and the others responded in unison and swiftly took their positions in the sky. Stop them. Sensing the imminent threat, Shifu shouted, raising the dragon python staff to unleash a fierce attack. The Serpent King also felt the danger, and his Do-Chi exploded around him as he launched an attack toward Qin Tian and his companions. Swish swish. The 9 Medusa leaders, combining their power, unleashed a joint attack aimed at stopping Qin Tian's group. Seeing the incoming assault, Qin Tian sneered. The 5 orbs of life and death energy began to tremble violently before shooting across the sky, heading straight for the Medusa leaders. Boom, boom, boom. Damn it! The Serpent King cursed, seeing the terrifying life and death energy surging from the orbs. He didn't dare divide his attention and was forced to use all his Do-Chi to defend against the assault. The other leaders of the Medusa clan also wore grim expressions, each struggling to protect themselves from the power of the orbs. Humph! Shifu snorted, her cold gaze fixed on the approaching orbs. The energy from the black and white orbs was infused with a terrifying red flame, increasing the pressure on her. Reluctantly, she abandoned her attack on Qin Tian's group and surrounded herself with life and death energy. Raising the dragon python staff high, a brilliant glow erupted from it as it collided with the 5 orbs. Boom, boom, boom. Explosions rippled through the sky, sending waves of heat across the desert, making the already scorching environment even more unbearable. Cough, cough, cough. As the shockwaves from the battle subsided, Shifu and her companions slowly regained their composure. Not far ahead, in the sky, Qin Tian stood at the center of a growing vortex of Do-Chi. The massive pillar of Do-Chi enveloped him, and a radiant, fiery red dragon began to form around him. The dragon, blazing with red flames, had Yao Xian as its eyes and head, Qingmu as the left front claw, Fan Yu as the right front claw, and Mu Chun controlling the dragon's body. Xianmo took charge of the dragon's tail, while Mu Qinfeng and Xianwan Xin managed the rear claws. As for Qin Tian, he stood atop the dragon's back, radiating a blinding light. Captain, without Yimo and Xin Ming, the Dragon-Devourer Array's power is greatly reduced. With the 8 leaders of the Medusa clan and the temple's guardian, we might not be able to hold them off, Yao Xian said steadily, her powerful soul sensing the overwhelming strength of their opponents. Indeed, the absence of Xinling King, Yimo, and Xianming had weakened the Dragon-Devourer Legion. Now, facing the Medusa clan's strongest, the battle had become far more difficult. I'm aware of that. You focus on the array. I have my own plan, Qin Tian replied, his dark eyes flickering as though deep in thought. Suddenly, beneath his feet, an enormous, mysterious light array appeared, with crimson flames rising around him like an immovable deity. Damn it! Shifu cursed under her breath as she and the others sensed the danger emanating from the golden dragon in the sky. Senior Shifu, we can't wait any longer. With Qin Tian assisting them, we won't be able to break through his defenses, the Serpent King said gravely. Although Shifu was a half-step Docian, even with the combined strength of the 8 Medusa leaders, breaking Qin Tian's defense would take too long. His immovable King Ming array was no ordinary formation. Then let's fight, Shifu agreed, nodding at the Serpent King's words. If it weren't for the fiery red flames suppressing her and the other Medusa clan members, they might have had a chance. But under these circumstances, a forced breakthrough would come at too high a price. Form the array. Heaven-Devouring array. Shifu roared as she threw the dragon python staff into the sky. The moment the staff left her hand, Shifu's aura weakened significantly, showing just how much the celestial weapon had bolstered her earlier. As the dragon python staff ascended, it transformed into a radiant beam of light before coming to a stop at a certain height. Gather! Shifu commanded coldly. With her order, the 8 Medusa leaders' eyes all flashed with solemn determination. Swish, swish. Without hesitation, they soared into the sky. 9 beams of radiant light streaked across the heavens, forming a spectacular pattern. Boom, boom, boom. The 9 leaders of the Medusa clan quickly assembled, forming a V-shaped formation in the sky. As the formation took shape, the dragon python staff vanished, splitting into 9 beams of light that infused the bodies of the Medusa leaders. Sizzle, sizzle. In the next moment, a massive heaven-devouring python, 100 zhang long, materialized around the 9 of them. The heaven-devouring python opened its massive blood-red maw, revealing its menacing fangs as its gaze locked onto the golden dragon where Qin Tian and his team stood. The heaven-devouring array? Qin Tian murmured from atop the golden dragon, narrowing his eyes at the enormous heaven-devouring python in the distance. It's said to have been derived from the bloodline of the heaven-devouring python, the king of the Medusa clan. Despite the python's lack of color, its overwhelming aura sent a shiver down Qin Tian's spine. The heaven-devouring array is rumored to have the power to consume the heavens and devour the earth. I wonder if it lives up to its name. Elder Zhu muttered, barely audible. What is that strange, eerie feeling? Elder Zhu's sharp eyes noticed a faint, hidden disturbance within the depths of Qin Tian and his Dragon Devourer Legion. They have ghostly energy too? Nuadong, hidden beneath the desert, exclaimed in surprise. Emph! The Xinling royal family has collaborated with Solomon for many years. Of course, they've been granted certain benefits. But it's nothing to be concerned about, a Soul Clan member nearby said with disdain. Heh, looks like I'll have to rely on you, sir, Nuadong replied happily. Even though Qin Tian and his group carried ghostly energy, it was nowhere near as potent as the energy possessed by the Soul Clan member. Keep your eyes on the fight. The Heaven-Devouring array against the Dragon Devourer array. This battle will soon reach its end, the Soul Clan member said, closing his eyes and falling silent. Nuadong and his subordinates tensed up, knowing that no matter who won between the Medusa clan and Qin Tian, their real struggle would begin once the battle concluded. Captain, while these two forces are locked in a standoff, we should suppress our energy and sneak past. Tu Lang suggested. Move, Tang Tang whispered, casting a glance at Xiao Yin and his group in the distance before motioning her team to follow. Boom, boom, boom. Above, the once clear sky had long since been covered by dark storm clouds, with lightning flashing and thunder rumbling. 2 massive forces faced off in the heavens. On one side stood Shifu, leading the charge, with the leaders of the 8 Medusa tribes supporting the towering phantom of the heaven-devouring python. On the other side, Qin Tian was the core, with the Dragon Devourer Legion forming the Golden Dragon's support. Swish, swish. As time passed, the Do-Chi of Qin Tian's Dragon Devourer Legion surged, and it became clear they were preparing for a final strike. Shifu, seeing this, murmured a chant under her breath. The leaders of the 8 Medusa tribes immediately channeled their terrifying Do Chi into the colossal Heaven-Devouring python. Heaven-Devouring array. Devour the heavens and earth. Shifu roared, her gaze fixed on Qin Tian, who stood atop the golden dragon. Go! With a fierce push from Shifu and the 8 tribe leaders, the heaven-devouring python lunged forward with its jaws wide open, filled with the destructive power to consume everything. Sizzle! The terrifying energy radiating from the python caused the very fabric of space to shatter as it charged toward Qin Tian. As expected of the heaven-devouring array, Qin Tian sighed softly. His pupils flared with an intense, fiery red light, and the same pure red flames enveloped the golden dragon phantom around him. With the flames coating the golden dragon, it let out a deafening roar, shaking the heavens and the earth. Under the dragon Devourer, all falls silent. Qin Tian roared as his body surged with power. He raised his hands and thrust them toward the incoming heaven-devouring python. Roar! Sizzle! In the sky, the golden dragon phantom collided head-on with the green heaven-devouring python. Waves of devastating energy rippled outward from the clash, powerful enough to destroy even a 5-star Do D. The shockwaves spread in all directions. Devour! Shifu yelled, sending an even greater surge of energy into the heaven-devouring python, causing it to gain the upper hand in the battle. Damn it! The Do Chi of a half-step Do Xian truly surpasses that of a peak Do D. Qin Tian gritted his teeth, feeling the cold sting of frustration as he watched the heaven-devouring python push back his dragon. Qin Tian, your dragon Devourer array isn't as fearsome as the legends suggest. The Serpent King taunted from behind Shifu, continually pouring energy into the heaven-devouring python. Damn it! Must I resort to that power? Qin Tian muttered in reluctance. That power, while vast and overwhelming, brought a foreboding sense with it, one that slowly twisted his very nature and humanity the more he used it. I have no choice. Qin Tian's eyes widened as he realized the golden flames around the dragon were slowly being extinguished. At this rate, it was only a matter of time before he lost. Do it! Qin Tian shouted as his body trembled. Ha! The members of the Dragon Devourer Legion nodded in silent agreement, their eyes filled with grim determination. What are they up to now? Have they given up? One of the Medusa leaders, a mid-8-star Do D, questioned. The others glanced over, watching as the green heaven-devouring python steadily overwhelmed the golden dragon. Swish, swish. In the next moment, just as the green python extinguished the flames on the golden dragon and seemed ready to crush it completely, a vast wave of black energy surged from behind the dragon. The dark energy was eerie, cold, and filled with a chilling, ghastly sensation. Roar! As the black energy surged, the golden dragon's brilliant sheen faded, replaced by an ominous black hue. What is that power? Shifu's pupils contracted, and an overwhelming sense of dread gripped her. Roar! A crazed roar erupted from the now black dragon as it suddenly switched from defense to offense. Black energy swirled around its claws, and with a swipe, it struck the heaven-devouring python. SSSSSS. The python tried to defend itself, but the black dragon was too fast. As the black-clawed dragon struck its body, the python trembled violently as if its very soul was being scorched. Roar! The black dragon let out another deafening roar, then lunged forward, sinking its jaws into the python's body. SSSSSSSS. The heaven-devouring python writhed in pain as black, eerie energy from the dragon's mouth began to seep into its green body. Swish! Realizing the danger, the python lashed out with its massive tail, trying to break free from the black dragon's grasp. However, the black dragon released its grip just in time, allowing the python's tail to miss. Still, the strange black energy had already begun to invade the python's body. Boom, boom, boom. In the next moment, the black mist surrounding the heaven-devouring python suddenly erupted, transforming into black-red chains that tightly bound the python's phantom form. Shifu, I told you, the foundation of the Dragon Devourer Legion is beyond your imagination. Take your regret with you to the underworld. Qin Tian roared, laughing maniacally. The laughter, filled with madness, echoed as even more black energy surged into the black dragon behind him. The black dragon's eerie figure exuded an increasingly sinister aura as it tore through the sky, charging directly at Shifu. How is this possible? The heaven-devouring python is being restrained. What is that strange black energy? The Serpent King's eyes filled with fear as he observed the black-red chains constraining the heaven-devouring python. A cold, chilling sensation emanated from the chains. The Medusa clan's leaders knew the full power of the heaven-devouring python summoned by the heaven-devouring array. This array had once slain half-step Dou-Xian experts, yet it was now being imprisoned by the eerie black energy from Qin Tian's body. The Medusa clan's warriors couldn't help but grow uneasy. The one with the worst expression was Shifu. The core of the heaven-devouring array was the celestial dragon python staff. If the heaven-devouring python was harmed, the celestial weapon itself would suffer significant damage. The Medusa clan, being inherently attuned to yin and cold energies, had limited relations with humans, making their access to restorative pills rare. If the celestial weapon were damaged, it might never be repaired. One reason why Shifu was so hesitant to unleash the staff's full power. This black energy, it's not Qin Tian's own power, but it's incredibly sinister. Be careful, everyone, Shifu warned, her eyes fixed on the heaven-devouring python, bound by the black chains. The black-red chains wrapped tightly around the python's body like a cocoon, with dark energy constantly seeping out to corrode the massive serpent. Despite the heaven-devouring python's pained hisses and violent struggles, it couldn't free itself from the grip of the chains. Ha ha ha. Shifu, let's see how you handle this. Qin Tian shouted, as a blazing red flame burst from his eyes and enveloped the black dragon. The Dragon Devourer Legion members pushed their Dou Qi to the limit, funneling all their energy into the black dragon. Roar! The black dragon let out a thunderous cry as it surged forward, its eyes brimming with killing intent. Its massive claws, wrapped in dark energy and red flames, slammed down on the imprisoned heaven-devouring python. The heaven-devouring python, sensing the imminent danger, let out a defiant roar, trying in vain to escape the black dragon's attack. Yet, no matter how hard it struggled, the black chains continued to pull it toward a certain spot within its body, its soul. It was as if the dark energy sought to devour the heaven-devouring python's soul. But since the python was merely an energy-based phantom, it had no soul for the black energy to consume. After swirling within the python's form for a moment, the sinister energy retreated. Boom, boom, boom. The next moment, the black dragon's attack landed. The black dragon raised its fierce eyes, and its massive claw, imbued with both the eerie black energy and red flames, struck the heaven-devouring python. The python, unable to escape the black chains, was forced to endure the full force of the black dragon's terrifying strike. Boom, boom, boom. The green glow of the heaven-devouring python dimmed as a massive black claw mark appeared on its vital spot. With a deafening crash, the green heaven-devouring python shattered and vanished from the battlefield. As the heaven-devouring python disappeared, the black chains binding it dissolved into a surge of dark power. Floating in the air where the python had once been was the withered dragon python staff. Crack! A sharp sound echoed as a fracture appeared in the serpent's eye at the head of the dragon python staff. The dragon python staff, it's been damaged. For the first time, fear flickered in Shifu's eyes as she stared at Qin Tian. Die! Qin Tian roared furiously as the other members of the Dragon Devourer Legion began to withdraw from the sky, retreating swiftly. No! Shifu's pupils shrank as she saw the black dragon, brimming with ferocious energy, charged toward the Medusa clan's leaders. Scatter! Shifu commanded, her voice icy. Her serpent eyes gleamed with caution, and waves of black and white life and death energy surged around her. But, Senior Shifu, this power is too terrifying. If you face it alone, Mylan began, her tone heavy with concern. Yet, even in the face of the monstrous black dragon, the Medusa clan warriors showed no signs of backing down. Sigh! Shifu let out a soft sigh. Though her heart was filled with gratitude at her comrade's resolve, she remained focused. Qin Tian, when our Medusa queen returns, your Xinling royal family will be destroyed. Shifu bellowed, her aura exploding with power. The 8 Medusa leaders also unleashed their terrifying Do Chi, forming a massive energy shield hundreds of feet wide in front of them. Roar! The black dragon moved like a blur, reaching the enormous energy shield in the blink of an eye. It opened its mouth wide, unleashing a dragon's breath imbued with scorching red flames and sinister black energy. Boom, boom, boom. The dragon's flames and black energy coiled around the enormous energy shield. In the next instant, the red flames split from the dragon's breath and ignited the energy shield, while the black energy pressed down on the Medusa clan warriors. Damn it! We can't hold the shield much longer. Sweat dripped from Shifu's brow as the relentless assault wore them down. The flames naturally suppress us, and the black energy seems to directly attack our souls. We can't last much longer, the Serpent King muttered coldly. His eyes filled with alarm as he watched the massive energy shield slowly disintegrate under the combined forces of the flames and the eerie black energy. I told you before, the Xinling royal family is not something the Medusa clan can compare to. Take your regret with you to the underworld. Qin Tian shouted again, completely ignoring his bloodshot eyes, continuing to increase the power of the flames and black energy. A sigh echoed through the sky, and suddenly the storm clouds above began to converge. From within the gathering clouds, a bolt of lightning shot into the heavens. Who's there? Qin Tian exclaimed in shock. The sudden change in the weather wasn't natural. It was the work of someone powerful. Qin Tian, it's been a long time. An aged voice resounded across the sky as a figure slowly stepped out from the heart of the storm clouds. Zhu Jin. Qin Tian's pupils constricted sharply, and an overwhelming sense of fear surged through him. At that moment, Zhu Jin was surrounded by an intertwining force of black and white, a mingling of life and death energy. Thunder roared around him, and he appeared like the incarnation of a black and white thunder god. Zhu Jin, has he really made a move? Solomon and Nu Dong's group spoke simultaneously, their voices tinged with astonishment. There's always been talk of the Medusa clan's unclear relationship with the incense pavilion. It seems the rumors are true now. This time, it looks like the Xinling royal family has run into a brick wall. Stay sharp. If Qin Tian and his men flee, we'll give chase immediately, Lu Quan ordered. Zhu Jin has actually made a move? 2 half-step Docian experts, along with the leaders of the 8 tribes. This is going to be troublesome, Nu Dong remarked with concern. With me here, what is there to fear? Replied a member of the Soul Clan, unbothered by the situation. Wait, is that Elder Zhu? Mu Yingying noticed the figure hovering in midair and immediately spoke up. Let's go. Now that Elder Zhu is here, the outcome of this battle is probably decided. Let's meet up with Mu Feng and head to the desert, Xiaoyan said, leading the group away from the Medusa clan's divine hall. Before leaving, Xiaoyan muttered to himself as he glanced back at the hall. There seems to be a familiar aura inside that divine hall. A trick of the mind, perhaps? Zhu Jin. Qin Tian roared, his eyes bloodshot. Do you intend to ignite a war between the Xinling royal family and the incense pavilion? Ever since Zhu Jin had appeared, a growing unease gnawed at Qin Tian's heart. Just dealing with Shifu, a half-step Docian, was already pushing him to his limits, not to mention the 2 9-star Do-D leaders of the Medusa clan. If it weren't for the Dragon Devourer array and that strange black energy, Qin Tian would have been defeated long ago. Yet, no matter how proud Qin Tian was, he couldn't afford to underestimate these 2 half-step Docian experts. One of them was Zhu Jin, a man renowned as the top battle array master in the Mystic 3 Heavens. Ha ha ha. Qin Tian, stop using these excuses to threaten me. Within the Xinling royal family, only 2 people can still pose a threat to me, and unfortunately, you're not one of them, Elder Zhu said, laughing with a somewhat mocking expression. But no one dared to underestimate him. Elder Zhu stood at the center of the stormy skies, lightning striking his body from all directions. Yet, Each surge of the violent thunder was absorbed into him, slowly forming a thin but terrifyingly powerful layer of silver-white lightning across his skin. Damn it! Qin Tian cursed under his breath, glancing toward the Medusa clan warriors being attacked by the black dragon. His eyes showed a hint of regret. If he were given more time, that black dragon might be able to defeat all 9 of the Medusa clan's top experts. With a few more tricks up his sleeve, Qin Tian was confident that he could wear them down. But he knew the current situation all too well, and without hesitation, he prepared to act. Qin Tian, this is not the you I once knew. That black energy surrounding you smells suspiciously like ghost qi, Zhu Jin said, stepping through the thundering clouds, his voice calm but piercing. Mind your own business. Qin Tian snorted, summoning the black dragon back to his side in an instant. As the black dragon withdrew, it coiled protectively around Qin Tian. I never thought the immovable King Ming would stoop so low as to collude with the ghost realm, Zhu Jin said, shaking his head, seemingly confirming his suspicions. Zhu Jin, don't you dare slander me. My affairs are none of your concern. Qin Tian barked, forcing himself to remain composed. If that's the case, then let's see what you've got, Elder Zhu replied. The smile vanished from his face as he flicked his sleeve, sending a massive lightning net composed of tightly woven thunderbolts hurtling toward Qin Tian. Such trivial tricks. Qin Tian sneered, but inside, his heart was filled with alarm. The overpowering energy of the lightning net emanated a fierce, unyielding aura that made Qin Tian frown deeply. The aggressive nature of this lightning force perfectly counters ghost qi. This could be trouble, Qin Tian thought to himself, quickly readying his next move. Roar! The black dragon let out a deafening roar, its enormous tail swinging violently as it struck the incoming lightning net head-on. Just as I expected. Zhu Jin had foreseen this. The moment the dragon's tail collided with the lightning net, he gestured lightly, and the massive net instantly entangled the black dragon's tail. Boom! 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 The terrifying lightning net wrapped around the dragon's tail, constricting it tightly. The dragon's scales trembled as the dragon's pupils filled with a pitiful expression of pain. Roar! 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 The dragon's tail, ensnared by the lightning net, was flooded with an intense and pure energy, completely purging the dark ghost qi that had once cloaked it. Damn it! What is this power? Qin Tian muttered to himself, his eyes flashing with dread. Commander, if we don't retreat now, we may not get another chance. Xianling King and his group have already entered the Medusa clan's divine hall, and our plan is already halfway done, Yao Xian said weakly, using her soul power to communicate with Qin Tian from her position in the desert. Looks like we have no choice but to pull back for now. Qin Tian glanced at Zhu Jin, still standing amidst the raging storm. The power radiating from Zhu Jin now was far beyond anything Qin Tian could contend with, even in his prime, let alone now. Sizzle! In the next moment, Zhu Jin, like a thunder deity, clenched his hands tightly. The massive lightning net, binding the black dragon's tail, exploded. Boom! 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 With that motion, the black dragon's enormous tail was shredded into pieces by the fine threads of the lightning net. Roar! Roar! The black dragon howled in agony, its eyes now completely bloodshot. Detonate! Medusa clan, Incense Pavilion, Qin Tian, will remember this grudge. Qin Tian laughed loudly, and the dragon, now missing its tail, began to swell grotesquely. Boom! 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 Terrifying crimson flames, combined with the eerie black qi, surged into the air, enveloping the entire space in a cataclysmic blaze. Amidst the chaos, no one noticed that Tang Tang and the others had slipped past the Divine Hall's white walls, entering the Medusa clan's hall by some secret method. Flames and ghost qi. Qin Tian is hiding more secrets than I thought. Zhu Jin watched from the sky as Qin Tian and his group fled, making no move to stop them. He knew now wasn't the time for a life-and-death showdown. Go! Zhu Jin didn't hesitate any longer. A strange glow flickered from a beautiful ring on his hand, and a silver-white scroll filled with terrifying power appeared in his grasp. Swish, swish. As soon as the silver-white scroll appeared, it transformed into a bolt of lightning, streaking through the sky at supersonic speed, aimed directly at the site of the black dragon's self-destruction. Boom, boom, boom. The black dragon exploded, unleashing waves of eerie black chi and terrifying flames from the blast zone. If allowed to spread, the resulting chaos would undoubtedly cause a massive disaster across the Medusa clan's territory. But before the destructive forces could even begin to expand, they were instantly enveloped by the light radiating from Zhu Jin's silver-white scroll. Purify. Zhu Jin snorted coldly, watching as the scroll's glow covered the space where the black dragon had self-destructed. Swish. In the blink of an eye, the silver-white scroll dispersed, releasing an immense thunderous power within the confined space. Within just a few breaths, the strange black chi and flames produced by the black dragon's self-destruction were completely purified, leaving no trace behind. Collect, Zhu Jin muttered softly. Having completed the task, the silver-white scroll returned to his hand, though now, faint traces of black and red energy lingered on its surface. Zhu Jin, why are you here? Shifu and his group, having just escaped from their predicament, called out to Zhu Jin in the sky. Just happened to be passing by. Elder Zhu smiled faintly at Shifu as he quickly stowed away the silver-white scroll. After all, Shifu was an old fox and would easily see through the hidden secrets behind it. Humph. Elder Zhu, do you really think I, Shifu, am the type to take advantage of others in their moment of weakness? Shifu responded, clearly somewhat displeased. Ahem, ahem, ahem. Hearing this, Zhu Jin faked a few coughs, feigning innocence. Let's discuss this further on the ground, Zhu Jin said, and the other 8 leaders of the Medusa clan nodded in agreement.